One of the buzzwords from the deconstructing apostate atheist will use against the Christian is that we don't engage, don't understand critical thinking. Critical thinking, which means you can take the objections to and weigh one against the other and come to a reasonable conclusion. Well, when I hear that, my first thought is this is a person who does not understand, does not care to understand the history of Christian thought. To say that you're ignorant of it, it's possibly willful ignorance. You don't want to go there because it might expose your own misinformation. Or you just think that it's hokum and nonsense from the beginning and, well, why should I bother? Well, you should bother because Christian thought has exemplified critical thinking throughout the centuries, throughout the ages, where those men were not afraid to take on whatever objection their opposers may raise. And these things are documented. They didn't have email exchanges, but they would write back and forth. And the good thing about that is their writings persist. Their writings are still available if you want to find them. Well, it's a good thing that I like to find them. And they are so illuminating, enlightening, if you will. I thought that was a term only used for the atheists, the Enlightenment, and the Renaissance period, where the age of reason, Thomas Paine, and all that you own the Enlightenment. Well, no, Enlightenment is it's a universal term, and it is not owned by anyone. But it would serve you well to at least begin to look into some of the classic debates. And those are the things that I intend to introduce to you, oh, dare I say, ignorant deconstructionist who likes to toss out terms like reason and logic and critical thinking when you yourselves don't apply them in certain senses. But that's where I hope to go. Let's put to rest this nonsense charge against us that Christians don't. You'll find them anywhere in the little pocket communities in churches that are not familiar with these things that I speak of. And possibly you came from those church communities that were ignorant of the things from which I speak. And so you don't know what you're talking about either. They weren't the fabric of that church community, that church body that taught week to week to week to week. They weren't aware of these things, and so they, yes, possibly spit out the same pablum to their congregation, but that doesn't mean they don't exist. That doesn't mean there's not voluminous evidence to the contrary that puts you down. So if that's something that just might be appealing to you and possibly asking yourself, could I be wrong? Well, then I invite you to at least consider the things I will address. Thank you.